Hello everyone, I'm Naveen Malpani from Grand Thornton Bharat. Welcome to this session on future of offline retail in India. The pandemic has actually changed the face of retail in India. We see a lot of activities happening on the e-commerce side, and the market is expected to touch $350 billion in GMV by 2030. There are more than 1.2 million transactions that happen daily on the multiple e-commerce platform. India is currently the fourth largest retail market in the world and is expected to reach $2 trillion by 2032. While many consumers have shifted to online shopping, we definitely see the old trend of physical shopping coming back to India. Increased demand for organized retail space has created a capacity of nearly 10 million square feet in retail space across major Indian cities, and we expect more than 32 new launches of the malls across India. Another factor that we see that is helping the retail to grow is many offline retailers have actually started investing in digital technologies such as mobile app, omni-channel experiences, and augmented reality. If you look at it from a global trend perspective, I think there are few trends that we see across our globe. Seamless retail, that is, customers are no longer segregating between an online and an offline retail. They want to have a seamless experience. Uh, Retail is under a heavy margin pressure, so we see retailers picking up new revenue models as well, just to make sure that they get the bang for the buck every money that they spend. Personalization to the core has become a norm of the industry. With so much of data that's available across the retail segment, people are actually trying to customize the product for a consumer perspective as well. And if you look at it from a store's perspective, people are actually experiencing a new heightened technology usage within the stores as well. And that's where we see a lot of trends changing from a technology perspective. Just to share an industry perspective, today we have Colonel Chandhoke with us, who is a Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer for Victorinox India. He has been associated with the company since its inception in 2006 and has played a key role in establishing the brand in India. Unless under his leadership, the brand is now actually expanding aggressively in India, and they are planning to open up more than 30 stores across the country. And we thought that this is the right time to catch up with Colonel to make sure understand what are his perspective of future of offline retail in India. So Colonel, the way I said, retail is expected to about 2 trillion in by 2032. What is your view in future of offline retail in India, considering the potential that we have as a market as a whole?
Thanks, Naveen. Thanks for the kind introduction and also the energetic start of this session. It's a very interesting question and very close to my heart, actually, about the future of offline retail in India. My opinion here is that, of course, COVID sped the speed of e-com maturity as with the Indian consumers has fastened because of COVID. Probably we've preponed the growth by 4 or 5 years because of COVID. And that definitely has seen a lot of temporary and permanent increment in the e-com business, which all brands across various sectors have seen. Which is stabilizing and which will continue to stabilize and growing at a rapid pace. But I strongly believe that the offline retail is not going anywhere in India. It will stay and it will grow strong, bold, and stronger. There is the reason behind this that I feel is, our friends in Germany, in Switzerland, what do they do on a weekend? They'll pick up a bike or a hike, they'll go cycling to, my Swiss family friends would, on a Saturday morning, which is not planned, post-breakfast, they'll say, let's go cycling to Germany and come back on Sunday evening. Somebody close to the south will probably enter France and come back. This is what they do, or probably go to a Jungfrau for a hike, which is an unplanned day, or enjoy the sun next to one of the lakes in beautiful Europe. Our dear Indian brothers and sisters spend time in a mall. And that is not just because of shopping habits. I strongly believe that there are 3 reasons for it, that this is not going anywhere because of the online advent. It is only going to increase. Reason number 1 is infrastructure outdoor infrastructure challenge. If we want to go on a holiday or a breakaway, if we are in Bombay, in Mumbai, we plan a Goa, or if we want to go close by, we go to Mahabaleshwar or Mathiran or Lonavala or Karjat nowadays. And we want to go far away, we plan the hills, we have the forests, we have the beaches, but all that is a holiday. They are not like getaways. It's not like a 1-day trip or a 2-day trip, an unplanned trip. We'll do that like days in advance, at least a week in advance. A quick weekend unplanned getaway for us is a mall, because we don't have this kind of infrastructure. We don't have a Jungfrau or a Methane mountain to go hiking in the morning and come back. The cities for us, tier 1, tier 2. Number 2 is the pollution and the weather. Because of the weather and the pollution, we are happy to be in the 10 lakh square feet jail called a mall, because that jail gives us shopping, gives us food, gives us movies, gives kids space so that parents can breathe easy and they can also have fun, gives even spas today. So we end up spending the whole day in a mall. And number 3 is the traffic. We all love to spend on our 20 lakh to 70 lakh rupee cars that we see the higher and the mid-level income houses having. Where will we drive them to on weekends? To a traffic Bombay Mumbai Express getaway, or a traffic GT Road getaway in Delhi, or Bangalore, which is synonymous with the word traffic in bold and capital. We love to go to a mall because we will go and park it in a very nice designated pocket for 200 rupees, and we drive in a parking spot. So in short, these are 3 reasons that I strongly feel that we will end up being in a mall. And so offline retail is going to stay, and we are bullish on offline retail. This is my take on this subject.
Sure. Thanks, Sunil. I really like the concept of 10 lakh square feet of jail. But you have a very diverse portfolio of product, right? From kitchen cutlery to Swiss knives to fragrances to travel gear. What has been your experience? Which are the products you see picking up more online as well as compared to offline? Because trend suggests that people have a tendency to have a look and feel of the product before buying it. So what has been your experience in the diverse portfolio that you have?
There are some interesting takeaways that have come on the consumer shopping culture that is seen in India. We are into Swiss Army knives, of course, our flagship product category. Our kitchen knives, we make our daily production of knives is 140,000 knives every single day in our factory in Switzerland. Number 3 is our watches, Victorinox watches, which are again Swiss made in our factory in Delemont, Switzerland. Our travel gear and fragrances. Of these, watches have traditionally and conventionally been jewelry in India. It's expensive buy, it's special, it's emotional, it's something of high possession. It takes the status of jewelry in India, and people like to have the touch and feel and want to buy jewelry in the ambience and the awe of the the point of sales, and then buy a product like a watch. Interestingly, we see, our watches range from 40,000 to 70,000. Interestingly, for such high buys, we are seeing almost 10 to 15% of our sales post-COVID consistently watch buyers happy buying online, and our prices online and offline are the same as the brand across all categories, across all platforms. That's an interesting shift. Kitchen knives for us online is a huge business. People have enjoyed shopping online during the COVID days for kitchen equipments, and the trend has continued now, and it's going strong there. Even the pocket knives, the Swiss Army knives, because it's an impulsive buy, and the reach of the online buyer is very high, which will take us time to build the offline network to the tier 3, tier 4. The advantages of online is the kitchen knives and the pocket knives. At the extreme corners of the country, we have our customers reaching out to us for the products. The biggest takeaway is also with the travel gear. We have a premium travel gear. And at that price point, interesting to see that we have a good 18 to 20% of our travel gear sales also coming online. So that's a welcome change in a country like India, where people are more open now to make a 25, 30,000 rupee, 40,000 rupee purchase sitting at home. Of course, with the return options and touch and feel, and you can always within the parameters return the product, but that is not very high. So there is wider acceptability, I think.
Sure. Interesting point, Colonel. Previously it was always a trend that if you're buying an expensive product, why don't you go to the shop and experience the product and then buy it? I think that's a pretty interesting trend where people are willing to spend big amount of money on online as well. But Colonel, the way I said, you're planning a massive expansion of 30 stores across India, and you have an online presence as well. So, how do you intend to create a seamless retail experience for the customer on the ground?
Yes, it's an important topic, and well said, Naveen. Though the online growth has been impressive, and I also strongly believe that this will keep growing year after year, with the Gen Z now becoming the new buyers in the next couple of years. I still believe that would probably be at most 20 to 25% for our brand. Sure. Because we are a brand which is of an emotion, a lifestyle, a touch and feel, a functionality. We are a combination of all this. And there is no substitution to the touch and feel. But yes, what is heartening to see is even that 20 to 25% for a brand like ours is a big number where people are comfortable sitting at home. But yes, the lion's share would be offline, which would be 70 to 75% of our sales. And here we are aggressively expanding into the tier 1, tier 2, and even tier 3 cities of India. We are launching a store every 20 days in this year. While we are talking, tomorrow is our launch of our Ahmedabad Palladium store. And 2 weeks ago, we saw the launch of our Indore store. Before that was Lucknow. The reason I take these names is because it's not just that our expansion is limited to Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai, or Calcutta. After 4 to 5 stores in Mumbai, Delhi, and Bangalore each, our entire spread is right from Chandigarh to Ahmedabad to Baroda to Kochi, Hyderabad, and on Lucknow, Indore. So we will be evenly spread across the tier 1, 2, and 3. Of course, the tier 1 will have 4, 5 stores, tier 2, maybe 2 stores in each city. But yeah, we will continue our expansion here. We are happy and thankful with the love that we got from our customers. Encouraging tier 2 spending power and intent has increased. And you correctly said that more than 30 new malls are coming up in the next 12 months. And they are big projects. So that's a good sign. I would say that's a good sign for a sustainable retail growth in India, where the dependence of the country's retail presence and business is not on 4 or 5 names in India.
So, Colonel, interesting perspective. And that's what I always say, that, retailers are actually have to move from India to Bharat now. Bharat is all the tier 2, tier 3 cities where the demand is picking up. And just one last thing is in terms of, any technology that you're planning to use to ensure that, you have a consistent inventory planning, consistent availability of product across all your stores. So any tech investments being made from an overall group perspective?
Yes, again, a very important question. And here again, I have a very strong opinion on, we still as a country and as a mindset have a long way to go on being open to technology as a strategic decision than an operational decision. There is a lot that technology can add, not just to ease the processes or ensure troubleshooting is seamless, but to enhance the experience. And I think here is where a gap where the India leadership, retail leadership has to be more open. I would say that the India retailers, the leadership team today, I call us as tech migrators, because we are all born in the typewriter age. We are tech migrators. We walked into the mobile phone age, and we are doing a good job. We are comfortable with our devices. It doesn't come naturally to us. We still are happy scribbling someday on a piece of paper our notes. And this 40 to 50 age group of the retail leadership today actually has to become students today, to be open, allow technology experts into their homes, be open with the mindset of how can technology be webbed into the day-to-day functions with various aspects. And you actually raised very key pain points of retail, which are ensuring timely availability of the stock, ensuring the assortment mix, because zone wise and within a zone city wise, the assortment mix wouldn't be the same because of our customer shopping behaviors. We are a beautiful but a challenging country on the variety of customer shopping mindsets we have in the same month in different pin codes of the country. So this is internal. On the external side, I think a big objective for a retail brand should be, which is for us as well, that a customer should not see any difference in shopping on one of our offline stores or one of our online platforms, be it through a partner or directly. That, I think, is the responsibility of a matured brand, that the customer does not see any distinction in buying from any touch points that we offer, digital or not. And that would mean investing technology to ensure standardization of prices, standardization of experiences. That's a tricky job if there is no tech, because stores could be owned, they could be franchised, or they could be run through partners. Online could be direct, but marketplaces are again through partners. So without tech, I don't think all the threads could be tied, just to ensure one objective that we also have as a brand. The customer should not see any distinction in buying from us in any touch point, digitally or otherwise. I think if that objective is kept in mind, for us, yes, every year will see us adopting some additional modules of technology, achieving all these objectives in the next 3 years.
No, thanks a lot, Colonel, for this feedback. I think looking at the overall success and looking at the overall plan that Victorinox has, we definitely see a massive market both for online and offline. It just depends upon how effectively the retailers can pick up technology, create a distinctive experience for the customer, and make sure that the right product is available at the right time at every store and at online as well as offline. Thanks a lot, Mr. Colonel, for your valuable inputs, and wishing you all the best for your massive store expansions. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for this candid and engaging chat, Naveen. Appreciate it.